Ashurbanipal was one of the most powerful kings of the Assyrian Empire. His name and the story of his conflict with his older brother provide a fascinating narrative of politics and power in ancient Mesopotamia. In this video, we will explore the meaning of his name, whether it was the same before he became king, and how it relates to his conflict with his elder brother. Ashurbanipal, the son of Esarhaddon, ruled over Assyria from 668 to 631 BCE following the death of his father. In 672 BCE, after the passing of Esarhaddon's wife, Esarhaddon, influenced by his mother Zakutu, changed the line of succession for the Assyrian throne. By tradition, Esarhaddon's eldest son, Shamash-Shum-Ukin, should have been the crown prince and successor to the throne. However, Esarhaddon decided to appoint his younger son, Ashurbanipal, as his heir, while designating Shamash-Shum-Ukin as the crown prince under Ashurbanipal. The nobles, aristocrats, and vassal states of Assyria pledged their support to honor this succession arrangement after Esarhaddon's death. Esarhaddon passed away in 669 BCE while campaigning in Egypt. Ashurbanipal did not ascend the throne immediately after his father's death. Some court officials and a faction of the Assyrian priesthood opposed his rise to power as the younger brother. However, Zakutu, the grandmother of the two brothers, decisively supported Ashurbanipal and commanded everyone to back his claim to the throne. She also ordered that any treasonous activities be reported to him. This demonstrates that Zakutu wielded significant influence and power during the early years of Ashurbanipal's reign. A year later, in 668 BCE, after his coronation and ascension to the throne of Assyria, Ashurbanipal appointed his brother as the king of Babylon. At first glance, the issue of governance between the two brothers seemed to be resolved smoothly. However, this peace was merely the calm before the storm. It marked the beginning of enmities and devastating wars that would later extend to the land of Elam in southern Iran, ultimately leading to the destruction of the ancient Elamite civilization. I certainly plan to create a video about the Assyrian-Elamite wars and their causes, but for now, it is more appropriate to focus on understanding the meaning of Ashurbanipal's name. This name not only reveals his status as the crown prince but also highlights the challenges he faced in ascending to the throne. Ashurbanipal's name has roots in the ancient Akkadian language and carries deep significance. The name consists of three main parts, each directly connected to divinity and the concept of royal authority. This is the name of Ashurbanipal in cuneiform. The first part of his name, Ashur, highlighted in red, refers to the chief deity of the Assyrians. Ashur was a god associated with war, storms, and justice, playing a central role in Assyrian religion. Incorporating the name of this deity into the king's name signifies divine connection and endorsement by the gods. This element of the name emphasizes the divine right of the king to rule and his direct relationship with the state religion. The second part of the name, written in Akkadian as Bani, highlighted in blue, means creator. In cuneiform writing, this word is recorded alongside its Sumerian equivalent. But why was a Sumerian word used in the name of an Assyrian king, whose official language was Akkadian? The Akkadian-speaking people inherited their writing system from the Sumerians and often wrote certain words in their Sumerian form while pronouncing them in Akkadian. The third part of Ashurbanipal's name, highlighted in green, identifies the essence of his naming. This cuneiform symbol represents the Akkadian word appeal. The word appeal means heir or eldest son in Akkadian. Therefore, the name Ashurbanipal, read in Akkadian as Ashurbanipal, translates to Ashur is the creator of the air. What message does this name convey? It carries profound implications of legitimacy and inspiration. The god Ashur, as the force of creation and protection, presents the king as the legitimate heir to the political system and divine authority. This choice of name not only establishes a direct link between Ashurbanipal and the god Ashur but also underscores his sacred and legitimate status as the ruler of Assyria. As noted earlier, Ashurbanipal was the younger son, and his older brother was naturally expected to succeed their father. However, due to the influence of their grandmother, Esarhaddon chose Ashurbanipal as his successor. This decision led Ashurbanipal to face significant challenges, including opposition from the nobility, aristocracy, clergy, the populace, and even the vassal states of Assyria. Thus, he needed to prove and strengthen the legitimacy of his succession and ascension to the throne. Therefore, it is likely that Ashurbanipal adopted the name Ashurbanipal when he ascended the throne, and this may not have been his birth name. By choosing this name, he appears to present himself as the heir of the god Ashur, thereby legitimizing his rule through the endorsement of this great Mesopotamian deity. In Mesopotamia, it was common for kings to adopt a new name upon ascending the throne. According to sources such as the Persica by the Greek historian Ctesias and Babylonian tablets recording annual events, even some Achaemenid kings changed their birth names during their coronation, opting instead for the names of earlier kings. This practice was likely intended to reinforce the legitimacy of their rule and establish a connection with past traditions and mythical figures. Thank you for staying with us until the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.